Welcome to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. Each month, we'll feature business and community leaders sharing their stories, initiatives, concerns, and passions. Learn practical information regarding community resources and opportunities. Now, the host of Business Voice, Greece Regional Chamber President and CEO, Sarah Lentini.
Hi, everybody. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host. I'm also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber. We've got a fantastic show for you today, starting with my first guest, Mike Matteo, General Manager, Village at Unity. Welcome, Mike.
Hello, Sarah. How are you?
I'm great. It's so nice to have you back on the show, and great to be hearing your voice. Tell us what's going on at the Village at Unity.
Oh, my gosh, what's not going on at the Village at Unity right now? We are just having the summer of our lives. We kicked off in May with our Spring Fling with a huge craft sale and hundreds of people coming by. And we rolled right into the summer concert series right after that. We're in about the middle of that, and it's just so great to see so many people coming out and enjoying our backyard, enjoying our village green. We're running into people that have never been here before or heard about us, but they didn't really stop by, because it wasn't for them. And coming in to hear the band and saying, there's something about this place. There's some kind of a vibe going on here that I really want to be part of. And I tell you, we jumped on that one and said, Village Vibe. Yeah, that's what you got. So,
Village Vibe. That's great.
I can't believe summer's almost half over already because we're just having too much fun.
Yeah, and so this is all this community programming that you had come on and told us about as it was rolling out, and now it's really here. This is not what people expect from a Village at Unity, but but here it is. It's a wonderful, wonderful service. Tell us, if somebody's tuning in for the first time, they don't know what the Village at Unity is, they don't know where it is. Importantly, give us sort of the elevator speech. What is the Village, and how can people get to you?
Tell you. The Village at Unity is a senior living community that's located on the Unity Hospital campus. We've been here since 1990. We have 332 apartments of independent, assisted, and memory care, which we call Opal Living. We're on 12 acres with about 650,000 square feet of internal space. We offer 3 working restaurants for independent residents to dine in. Food is cooked to order. We have transportation 7 days a week, and our calendars are so big that we have to publish them weekly because we can't get everything on.
That's amazing.
It's an amazing place to be. It really is, and you just have to kind of come and feel it. And Crossroads, which is our restaurant that is open in the center of our community under the clock tower, is open to the public 7 days a week. We open up at 8:30 in the morning, go to about 6:30 at night. Come on in, stop on in. You don't even have to be visiting anybody.
Wow.
Just want to grab some great food. That's the place to go, meet and greet. And boy, the noise that you hear and the joyous sounds that you hear. Well, you've been there, and
It's great.
Wow. Just that you can't believe that this is a senior living community. We're a senior living community, man. This is fun,
Right.
And really, that's what it's all about.
And it's really a community, is what it is. And the more you invite in the all of the surrounding community, the more it's really just a community hub, which is awesome. Now, you said it's on the Unity Hospital campus, and not everybody will know where that is. It's Long Pond Road in Greece, correct? I don't actually know.
Long Pond Road in Greece, about a mile and a half south of the mall, and it's between Ridge Road and Ridge Way, right there. So Unity Hospital has been there, I think since the late 70s, and we opened up our community in 1990 was the first building to come out. So we've been here a long time, and it's just an amazing place.
But all of these community services, the concerts, the arts, the art shows, etc. All that is new and evolving, and it's open. Is it free and open to the general public?
It absolutely is, and that's the best part. Our management company, Leisure Care, which is based in Seattle, kind of came in 2018 and said, "Here, it's your building. Do what you want." And my team went, "Oh, cool!" So we've been adding and evolving for the last 4 years. We started our first concert series in 2019 and just wasn't quite sure how it was going to go, and we tried a bunch of different genres, and then we locked into the ones that we really wanted. 2020, we obviously didn't do anything. We came back in 2021 and found the bands that we thought would be great, and we've increased it this year. We had Ruby Shoes a couple of weeks ago, packed the place with 500 people.
Oh my gosh! So you could handle 500 people. That's also impressive.
It's a 5-acre green space. Bring your own chair.
Oh, wow.
We have seating for a resident, and the best part was some of the other senior communities came to the concert. And we found places for them to sit. The folks from the Wegman Family Cottages, which are located right on the campus, too, they came over. Folks from the hospital came over. People driving by, hearing the music pulled in and just, hey, what's going on here? And just had themselves a great time. It's free to the public. Come on in. We offer local food trucks are there. The beer wagon is there for beer and wine. We have different varieties of foods every time that you come. And it's just a great time. Coming up, in fact, tomorrow, we're recording this on Tuesday the 26th. On the 27th, the Bob Greco Band is playing. He's a house favorite, and he learns the songs that our residents want. After that, we have Axton Landing. We've got a car and bike cruise coming in on August the 24th. That's going to be with Nightfall After Dark. They do kind of a Stevie Nicks sort of vibe. And we're finishing the summer on the 7th of September with the Sky Coasters. It doesn't get any bigger.
No,
well,
and
it
it's
will
all free,
in a couple of years.
Open to the public and free.
Absolutely
fantastic.
Free. I will tell you, I will go on record right now that within a couple of years we'll have a national act. That will become. Haven't figured it out yet. Don't know who, but I think that we have the ability to host a national act that are a recording star. So that's kind of where we want to go. We want to be not just a senior living community. Yeah, that's what we do for business, and we know that. But we want to be the place the community comes.
That's
and
great.
We want the neighbors to come, and we want folks to come and enjoy themselves. And we're not here to sell you. We're not walking through. Hey, we've got this apartment or that apartment. We don't do that. We come in and just enjoy the atmosphere, and if you like it, and we can help you out. Let's talk. We were having a conversation, my lead team and I, a few weeks ago, and said, "What is it that? Why? What is it with this vibe? What is this thing that people feel?" And what it comes down to is there's a confidence with our team, with our employees, that there's nothing they can't handle, there's nothing they can't do, and we're going to solve your problem for you. Whatever that problem happens to be, need a place for mom to live, we've got that. Need food, I don't want to cook anymore, we've got that. Need to get from point A to point B, we've got that. And if that's what you're looking for, then give us a call. That's what we should be doing.
That's great. So if people are, you said we still have some summer and some concerts coming up, but, if I didn't have my pen and pencil out, where can I go to get the listing of what's coming up? That's one question. And the other is, so what happens at the end of the summer? Is there more programming after that, even if it's different?
Oh, my, yes. So you can go to thevillageatunity.com. It takes you right to our website, or you can put in leisurecare.com and type in the Village at Unity, and it'll take you there, too. It lists our calendars, it lists our menus, it lists what's coming up, and the flyers for our for all of our concerts are coming up there, too. We have Oktoberfest coming up. We have a fall craft show coming up. Then we head into the Christmas season, and before you know it, it's going to be time for Winterfest again in February. And, last year we brought in live reindeer. I'm not sure how Deanna's going to top that one, but her team will come up with something.
Live reindeer?
The top live reindeer.
Did you bring in Santa, too?
Well, Santa was here at Christmas, yes.
He was.
And he was not only here at the Village, but he went to the McCormick Transitional Care Center.
Such a busy guy.
And he went to went over to the Wegman Family Cottages, along with an elf.
I love it.
In a horse-drawn carriage.
Oh, my goodness, Mike, it just sounds great. And as if all this weren't enough, you also, I don't know if I'm going to remember his name, but you also have a lovely little canine companion now, right?
Oh, I do. Loki is here in the office with me. He's a 2.5-year-old Akita, and he's ours. My wife and he's my wife and my pet, and he comes in and spends 4 days a week with me here at work, and he now has 300 or so grandparents and 150 brothers and sisters, because he treats everyone as family. We call him the director of smiles, because every time he meets somebody, they just start to grin. And I tell you that, you know, the best benefit of this is when somebody says to me, I used to have dogs, I miss dogs. And can I pet your dog?
Yeah.
And of course you can. And he's so well trained, and he just goes and puts his head in their lap or he nuzzles. And that memory, whether you're in Opal Memory Care or assisted living or independent living or a family member, that memory puts a smile on people's faces every single time. And that's not why he's here. He's not here to sell things, but he just makes the day, he'd want a commission. He makes the day so much better for everyone just by virtue of being here. And so I love bringing him to work, and I work for a company in a community that says, yeah, bring your dog to work. Sure, why not? Why don't you? And I'm like, dang, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Best thing ever.
Yeah, you know, of course, I'm in studio right now at WYSL with Bob D'Angelo, and you know, they're no stranger to the power of having a lovely dog greet you at the door. It's part of what makes the station so great. It's Bob Savage's dog, and it's so nice that you're getting to bring Loki to work. And Loki is sort of an unusual name. Did you come up with that name?
No, Loki is the Norse god of mischief. If you follow Norse mythology or the Marvel Avenger movies, you're locking right into me right now. If you don't, he's Thor's brother.
Of course.
And we were looking around for a name, and we didn't want to call him Zeus or Hercules or anything like that. So we latched on to Loki, and my wife went, "That's a cool name." I'm like, "Yes, it is." So that's what we call him.
That's lovely. Well, it sounds like you're doing such a great job. And like the Village at Unity was always a wonderful place, and it sounds like it's just getting better and better. I can't believe the number of events, and activities that you are offering, not just to residents, but to the public, free of charge. That's pretty amazing. Can you tell us once again, if somebody's interested in the concerts or in getting in touch with you, how they do that?
Sure. Best way to do it is go to our website, thevillageatunity.com. All of our contact numbers are there, just villageatunity.com. And that lists you everything you need to go. If you're interested in a tour, you can ask questions, or you can sign up for a tour then, or just leave your name and contact information, and we'll give you a buzz and set something up.
Sounds wonderful. Mike Matteo, General Manager, Village at Unity. A pleasure, as always, having you on Business Voice.
Sarah Lentini, thank you so much. Stay safe out there.
Thank you, Mike. All right, don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest. Do not flip that dial.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. At Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home, the focus is always on how your loved one lived. Bartolomeo and Perotto has been helping families create meaningful tributes and celebrating unique lives for 3 generations. They treat your family like their own, always with the utmost compassion, warmth, and care. When you're in need, call Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 720-6000.
Since 1983, Herko Computers is Rochester's first and most experienced custom computer system builder. Herko Computers is proud to be working with many of our original customers, including the Greece Chamber of Commerce. Whether you need a custom business PC, gaming system, or network server, Herko Computers can build you a custom computer system that exceeds your expectations. Herko Computers also offers complete IT support for your business. We can configure your business network, provide security from viruses and ransomware to keep your business or medical office running the way it should be. Herko Computers is also a full-service provider of network wiring, Wi-Fi, and network camera systems. Need to upgrade from Windows 7? Give Herko Computers a call at 227-1270 to discuss your options to get your business upgraded to Windows 10. Herko Computers is proudly locally owned and operated since 1983. Call us at 227-1270 and schedule your Herko Computers free IT evaluation. Herko Computers, 227-1270.
Gift yourself a blah-free 2022. Boost your mood and your health in a blink. Blink Fitness is your fun, friendly neighborhood gym with tons of state-of-the-art equipment and a mood above muscle attitude. Join for $1 and get all the perks. What do you have to lose? Blink Fitness Greece is located at 2833 West Ridge Road in the Wegmans Ridgemont Plaza. Join today and experience feel-good fitness in a blink.
Have you felt the Village vibe? It's that feeling of confidence, a swagger that's only found when you visit the Village at Unity. It's laughter and joy. It's knowing that, hey, they've got this. Because what the Village does better than anyone is to help solve your senior housing problems. From dining to transportation and programs to security, you can be sure that the Village has it. Come and feel the Village vibe. Visit thevillageatunity.com and discover what your senior living experience could be.
Depositing your money with Genesee Regional Bank helps strengthen the local community. That's because GRB lends its deposits so the community can grow and prosper. Genesee Regional Bank. Community banking, community building.
Visit grbbank.com. Member FDIC.
Shop the WYSL store 24 hours for official apparel, drinkware, and gift ideas at WYSL1040.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host. I'm also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber, and I am delighted to welcome my next guest, who's been on before. He's terrific, JJ Potrikus, CEO, Chief Energy Officer of Blink Fitness Upstate Franchises. Welcome, JJ.
Oh, good to be on, Sarah. Thank you.
Awesome. So Blink has been a great success story over a number of years now, and you guys are always doing exciting new things. What's going on at Blink?
Well, so we're in the middle of the Member Appreciation Month right now, so we've done a bunch of great things for our members. We've had some sampling events, and we've allowed them to bring guests. Some of our memberships, get unlimited guest privileges. Some of them do not. So we've allowed every Friday in the month of July. We've had Free Friend Friday. So coming up here, this Friday will be our last Free Friend Friday, but all members can bring guests with them. We've done some PT challenges, and really excited to just talk about the free personal training session that all our members are getting here.
Oh, wonderful! So this is a great time for somebody to try to check out Blink if they've been thinking about it, right?
Absolutely, yeah. If you're a first-time gym goer or you haven't been in a while, haven't been back in a while, and you get back into it, we have. Every member gets a 1-hour personal training startup session where they can work out with one of our nationally certified personal trainers, nutrition coaches, be shown around the gym, shown how to use the different, pieces of equipment, and kind of put through a custom, workout program that they can take with them and just make sure that they're all feeling comfortable and ready to get going on their fitness journey. So it's absolutely a great time.
Great. And you've got the last of the Free Friend Fridays coming up. Is that what you said?
Yeah, this Friday and the last Friday in July, it's Free Friend Friday. So all our members are able to bring guests with them. Anyone can actually try Blink for free. If you go to blinkfitness.com, there's a free trial up there in the top right corner of whatever device you're using. You can come in and check it out. Have a free workout on us. And,
awesome.
We would love to, show you around the gym and tell you all about what sets Blink apart.
You must have read my mind. I was thinking, what if I don't have a friend or don't know if I have a friend who's a member of Blink? How do I connect? And so you go to blinkfitness.com?
Yeah,
blinkfitness.com. Just make sure I got the web address. Okay, blinkfitness.com.
Yeah, and then there'll be a free trial offered to you once you're on there and you choose your location. You can either type in Rochester, Greece, or zip code, or if you have location settings turned on, if you're on a smartphone, they should be able to find you and tell you, hey, here's where you can use that trial. It'll shoot you an email and come on in and enjoy a free workout on us, and right. Just come see how clean and friendly of a place it is to be at Blink.
So that's great. Now, for somebody who's tuning in for their first time and maybe isn't familiar with Blink, where are you guys located? And you don't just have a location here in the greater Rochester region, right? You've got a few. Where are the upstate franchises?
Right, so my upstate New York franchises here are in, there's 2 in Syracuse, 1 in Liverpool, New York over there, and another one in Onondaga, closer to the, Camillus side, western side of Syracuse here, both in Wegmans Plazas out there. And in Rochester, we're at Greece in the Wegmans Ridgemont Plaza on Ridge Road, 2833 West Ridge Road, located, again, in that Wegmans Plaza right next to Best Buy, in Ridge Road, Greece.
Yep. Know it well. That's a great location, very nice location. And is there conversation about more to come, or what is the longer term plan?
Yeah, so we're signed on to build 5 of these.
Wow.
We're 3 in, so I got 2 more coming. We've had multiple conversations in different markets throughout the Rochester and even Buffalo area. So there will definitely be more to come. I know that the 2020 sort of 7-month break that we had slowed down our progress just a little bit, but rest assured there's more coming.
That's great. It's also great that if somebody in our listening audience, maybe, everybody, there are all kinds of people listening, if somebody's got an interest in having another kind of a conversation with you, great for them to know that, that you might be open to it. So that's wonderful. I didn't realize that you had 2 more definitely coming, so that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. We signed on to build 5 in 5 years, and we're committed to doing so. We had... Sarah, I talk about this a lot off air, but we had 2 leases on the table ready to go into in March of 2020. We were negotiating a spot in Buffalo and negotiating another spot in the greater Rochester area with the same sort of agency, and we were ready to pull the trigger here. And we know we'll be back there soon.
Yeah. I mean, I think this time we really are emerging. We had that kind of a false emerge a while back, but at this point, I think we're all so very happy to be back out there and enjoying things live. We had one of our, first large events as a chamber, about a month ago, and I think we had the highest attendance we've ever had at that particular event, which is awesome. And then we've got another one of our large signature events that's going to be, live and in person in the fall in September. So it's a very exciting time. I think, speaking of energy, Chief Energy Officer, I think, I think there's a lot of energy out there to tap. So is a really good moment. I hope you're going to, when you come back, because you undoubtedly will, I hope you're going to, let us be one of the first to announce to the public when you've got another Blink location on the table. So for folks yeah, you better, right? So for folks that don't know Blink and haven't heard this description on a past program, tell us just a little bit about Blink. I know you've got, first of all, a beautiful facility. That I can tell people, I may not be an expert in a lot of things, but I know when something's gorgeous and new and loaded with equipment and television monitors and smiling faces. So tell us a little bit about Blink.
Yeah, so, all those points are great that you said before. I'll just touch on a few of those before I go into Blink. I think it's great, a good time to say, you can tell that, everyone's sort of, reemerging here, and fitness is going to be a part of it. We talked about this on multiple levels, that, people's health and wellness and their overall fitness is going to be what, continues to, keep our communities healthy and strong, and, have a vital, their immune system is a vital piece to this, and their exercise and their cardiovascular, just moving in general is a huge piece to that, as well as obviously, nutrition and hydration. So, we know that we're a part of the solution to this and have known that the entire time. And, so just a little bit about Blink to answer that question here. We are the gym that puts mood above muscle, which means exercise really isn't just about looking good. It's about how it makes you feel. So we have what we call our feel good experience, which is, our team members, we call them mood lifters. And they are, that means that they're always going to greet you with enthusiasm, treat you with respect. When you walk in the door, you're always going to get a hello. You're always going to get a goodbye. They're, pretty much know you by name by this point. And we also have an everyone cleans philosophy. That wasn't, something that just, came out of a pandemic. It's something that is, a 10-year-old, it's a 10-year-old company here. We have bought into that, and our location is coming up on about 2.5 years old, and it still looks like grand opening because we're always going around cleaning, making sure it's a spotless gym. I actually just went there last week, and I did a 200-point inspection on the club, and we score ourselves very, very harshly. And you either get a 0 or a 1 on my cleaning score here, Sarah. It's improve immediately, or it meets our standard. We go in there and we do these things, and this is why I was talking to our members, and they were like, "Man, you guys are awesome!" Like they're giving us compliments, and I said, "Well, hey, you guys see how awesome this is, and I know we got to do this, and this to get even better, and that's why we'll always sort of be the cleanest gym around, and we're not going to stop. So we're still doing it, and everybody's doing it, from managers down to mood lifters to maintenance associates. So that's something we truly value and believe in. We also have some great additional pillars here. Our personal trainers. They're all nationally certified personal trainers. Again, like I said, everybody gets a free one-on-one, hour with a trainer when they join the gym to make sure they know what they're doing, feel comfortable. We have an incredible app, our personalized mobile companion that sort of goes along with your membership to be able to. You can work out at home, exercise better, eat better, recharge better. There's meditations, there's healthy recipes, there's different workouts that you can do. And again, we have an inspiring gym design like that you just mentioned here with just sort of state of the art, top-notch equipment. All of our cardio equipment has like HD TV screens on it, so you can be watching, watching some TV while you're working out, they connect to all your streaming services, so Netflix, Hulu, again, live TV, state-of-the-art strength equipment as well, too. There's something for everybody. We do have a good range of, regular cardio equipment, regular strength equipment, but we also have a great range of free weights. People will tell us, in comparison to, one or two of our competitors, we have such a wide array of equipment that, people will drive maybe a little bit further to sort of come and try this gym. I just spoke with a member on the phone yesterday who said she commutes about 18 minutes every morning to, see our smiling faces at 5 a.m. And she's like, I drive past 3 gyms on my way to you guys, and it's a no-brainer for me that I would do that just to see your people. So
that's great. That's a wonderful testament. I was going to say to you that there are members of the chamber that have told me that they've started coming to your gym and they just love it. So I'm not surprised. It's a great concept, but it's also a great execution. I love that you're not focused on, this isn't about how you look. It's about how you feel. It's about health. And I love that you have integrated, all the basics of a good gym with things like nutrition, personal training, meditation, that the focus is on, getting people strong and healthy. Of course, that leads to strengthened immunity, which we can all always use. And the focus, I feel, is exactly where it should be. And of course, you're right. If there's anything that the last couple of years has taught us, it's how precious life is and how important it is to take care of one's health, and to be braced for whatever lousy microbes might be flung our way, because life is always filled with challenges on the microbial and other fronts, and all this stuff helps you to deal with challenges. Some of it is the challenge of illness, but the stronger, the healthier, the more centered you are, the better able you are to deal with all sorts of things. Another lesson, quite frankly, of the last couple of years. So, my hat's off to you and everybody at Blink for putting the focus where it belongs and doing such a great job.
I think the industry as a whole is shown on a very, very high level that we can do this and do this safely, and we've been doing that the whole entire time. And it's common sense. We've seen, member. I think it's our expectation when the members see us around the gym cleaning as much as we do, they sort of like participate and everybody sort of plays a role in that. But they realize that it's like, hey, like this is the expectation. These guys are busting their butts. We're gonna make sure that we partake in that community environment of making sure that we're cleaning down the equipment when it's done and that they're everyone's super respectful of each other in that way. And I think that community vibe in a big box gym like we have is pretty rare. But I think we're really, really proud of the member experience that we're able to provide for them. That's why, again, Member Appreciation Month is this month. We did a lot of fun stuff to give back to them. For me, saying Member Appreciation Month is 1 month. It's like crazy because we do it, 365 days a year. So
right, yeah, it's just I can hear it in your voice. I know your team. I know your motto and the way that you run your business. So it's wonderful. I just want to say one more time before we let you go. If folks are looking for information or to connect, is that blinkfitness.com?
Absolutely. That's going to be the easiest way. And then if you find your location nearest you, the Greece location, there's a phone number on there. There's an email on there if you have any questions. But again, would love to, come in, take you on a tour or give you a free trial. Check it out. Again, you can join for as low as $1. We have a blue, we have a blue membership that's no commitment for $25 a month. You can bring unlimited guests as long as they're 18 years or older, and it's literally no commitment.
That's great.
And, everybody gets that free session with a personal trainer. That's the thing I'm most excited about. Right now, we have some incredible new trainers, coming into the system that have been just making huge strides for our members. And I know that, again, it's not about how you look, but our members they're looking good. They're feeling good. They're seeing some progress, and it's like that's the fun thing to see how trainers are able to sort of change people's lives. We say, it's our mission to change lives and improve the quality of the communities we serve sort of through this environment here. And our trainers, yes, our mood lifters, you're going to see bright smiling faces. Yes, they're going to keep the gym nice and clean, but our trainers are actually getting results for people who really come in and know that they need a little, they don't really know where to start, and they need, that
some
extra
guidance.
push, that accountability partner. It's incredible. Those stories are the ones that sort of keep you going.
Absolutely.
How we're able to sort of change people's lives here. So, we're really proud of that, and we're going to continue doing that for years to come.
Sounds great. JJ Potrikus, CEO, that's Chief Energy Officer, Blink Fitness Upstate Franchises. Thank you so much for being here with us on Business Voice.
Thank you, Sarah.
All right, don't go away. We're going to be right back with my next guest. Better not flip that dial.
Celebrating 35 years. AM 1040 Avon Rochester, FM 92.1 Rochester, and FM 95.5 Spencerport.
Funerals can be expensive. You may be surprised to learn that you can get Bartolomeo and Prado Funeral Homes 5-star service at a price you can afford. They understand one price doesn't fit all and strive to ensure that your needs are met within your budget. Their family of funeral homes are a part of helping to achieve that goal. But above all else, they promise quality service. The details are taken care of so you can focus on what's important. Find out more by calling Bartolomeo and Prado Funeral Home at 720-6000.
If you're looking for an opportunity to play a vital role in the fast-growing field of healthcare, then consider earning a degree in medical reimbursement and coding from Bryant and Stratton College. With curriculum built around the same standards and software used in the industry, you'll graduate with the skills and confidence needed to sit for key certification exams required by employers. And this program is now offered in a new blended learning format, combining the best of instructor-led face-to-face classroom instruction with virtual learning, giving you the flexibility to earn your degree in a way that best suits your schedule and life. Plus, thanks to Career Life Prep, you'll have a team to help chart your path, learn the soft skills employers are looking for, gain valuable professional connections, and enjoy career services support for life. So learn more about a career in medical reimbursement and coding today at bryantstratton.edu. Bryant and Stratton College, for every and in life. For important information and disclosures, please visit bryantstratton.edu/disclosures. Bryant and Stratton College complies with applicable state authorization regulations for distance education in all other states.
Hey, if you're enjoying Business Voice, you might also enjoy the Real Business Connections Network, where I, Ben Albert, and our guests tackle important topics such as why networking is so important in business, how to make money as an entrepreneur, how to be better at public speaking, and more. Our network has 5 programs, but most of you will be interested in our local show, Rochester Business Connections, specifically episode 111 with Black Button Distilling, or 110 with the United Way. Learn more about Rochester Business Connections and the entire network on realbusinessconnections.com. That's realbusinessconnections.com. Click subscribe on your favorite platform, and I'll talk to you soon.
This is Christy Hill, General Manager for the Village at Mill Landing. Our community just feels wonderful. Beautiful apartments, fantastic amenities, and a unique and vibrant activities program, including our exclusive Hometown Cafe. What really makes us special? It's our people. Let me introduce you to Lucas and Brandy.
This is Lucas.
And Brandy, and we're your Hometown Cafe baristas.
Come visit us where we'll mix up our daily special and chat with good friends over cocktails.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Visit us at thevillageatmilllanding.com to learn more. The Village at Mill Landing, the community with a whole lot of heart.
If you're looking to market and grow your business, make new business connections, and give back to the community in a meaningful way, consider joining the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce. We're the largest suburban chamber in Monroe County, and we offer networking, education, marketing, insurance, and advocacy. You do not need to live or work in Greece to join. Our members come from throughout the region. In short, we're better together, and together, we're moving business forward. Visit greecechamber.org or call 585-227-7272 to join today.
Buying a car has never been easier at Ralph Honda. With our online shopper, find the car that's right for you, right from your home. Value your trade, personalize a payment that fits your budget, chat with a team member, and schedule your pickup. It's that simple. Celebrating Honda for 50 years. Ralph Honda.
The one media outlet you can count on. The voice of liberty. The WYSL stations.
Welcome back. You're listening to Business Voice, a program of the Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce, sponsored by Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I'm Sarah Lentini, your host and also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber. I'm delighted to welcome my next guest, Laura Stradley, Executive Director of Veterans Outreach Center. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you very much.
Great to have you on the show, Laura. You and I really are just meeting for the first time. It's long overdue. I understand you're doing a wonderful job at Veterans Outreach Center. How long have you been there?
Oh, thank you. I have been the executive director since September of 2017, so just about hitting my 5-year anniversary.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I have been involved with the agency for probably the better part of about 12 years or so.
Oh, wow.
I was on the board of directors prior to being the executive director. I did that for about 3 years, and then I worked as a community partner when I was the director of the Monroe County Veterans Service Agency prior to that. And then going back even further, I worked here at Veterans Outreach Center as a case manager, program manager for homeless veterans.
Oh, wow. So you have quite a lot of experience in a variety of roles, and you're a veteran yourself, are you not?
I am, yes. I spent 8 years in the Army.
Wonderful. Thank you. First of all, thank you so much for your service, and 8 years is a long time. So you really, it's good that you are a veteran yourself. I imagine that gives you additional sensitivity to the issues of your constituency.
Yeah, thank you. I think it definitely does, and I know that historically this agency has been in our community now for almost 50 years. The executive directors have been veterans. I'm the first female veteran, but I know that a good majority of our staff, I would say probably almost 50% of our staff, are veterans as well. So
that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. Now, did you kind of know after you had served your active duty years that you wanted to do something in support of other veterans, or did it kind of happen organically? How did that happen?
Yeah, that's an interesting question. I would say probably more organically. So I joined the Army in 1996 right out of high school, and for the next 8 years I was stationed in various different locations in Germany, Korea.
Wow.
I had a short deployment in Bosnia during the late 90s in support of Operation Stabilization Force. And then I was also at Fort Benning and Fort Rucker down south. And during that time, during those 8 years, I was going to school at night and working towards getting a college degree. And so over the 8 years, I finished my associate's degree, then my bachelor's degree, and then my master's degree.
That's great.
And when I got done with the master's degree. I think I finished in August of 2004, and my enlistment was up in October of 2004. So I thought, well, the perfect transition will be to just begin using my degree in business. And as it turned out, I just kind of really kept getting called back to veteran services. And so my first job right out of the Army was working with transitioning soldiers at Fort Rucker in the Transition Assistance Office. And then kind of from there, it just kept evolving, and I was applying for jobs outside of, military services and veteran services, but these were the jobs I was really drawn to and that I was getting hired into. So at some point, I realized this was my career path. So,
and I imagine you're very good at it. I can't, I can't imagine a better thing than having a job that connects to something that you feel passionate about. That isn't disconnected from, nobody wants a job that's disconnected from who you are as a human being.
You're right.
I think it's really, really actually great that you're doing what you're doing. Did I hear you say you're the first woman at the helm?
I am, yes. Yep.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. It's funny because I don't really think of things like that too often, until I guess you sort of look at it historically. But when I was in the Army, when I was stationed at Fort Benning, I was in the first integrated class of non-commissioned officers that were in a training program for what we called the Basic Non-Commissioned Officer course at Fort Benning, and that was in 2001, that they, for the first time, had integrated the men and the women in this particular course. And so it's kind of neat to be, in that, I don't know, I guess almost pioneer role, although I certainly, I have tons of respect for the executive directors that came before me here at VOC and all of the great work that they did, and I'm just glad to be, part of those ranks.
That's great. So is that the norm now? I'm really ignorant about the Army. So this was a course where for the first time they were bringing men and women together for basic training, I guess, officer training?
It was a training that was past basic training, and so after you've been in the Army for a number of years, and the other branches of service have similar types of programs as well, but in the Army, after you have been promoted to what they call Sergeant E5, then the next step is getting promoted to Staff Sergeant E6. And to get that promotion, you have to complete a phase of training that they call Basic Non-Commissioned Officer course. And so that was, in some locations in the Army, it had already been integrated, but not at Fort Benning. Fort Benning was a combat arms station, and so at that time in the Army, the combat arms were not integrated at all. And so they really had never combined any non-combat arms jobs with the combat arms infantry and so forth for any types of trainings or anything. That was the first one. Of course, since that time, we've had some really big advances, and around 2012 or so was when the military first began looking at allowing women into the combat arms roles. And what I have always maintained, in my personal opinion, I don't speak for anybody else, but I think that men and women should have equal opportunities to compete for jobs that have that they're qualified for, and as long as we're not changing the standards to allow people to get into jobs, and as long as those jobs are, something that the person would like to have. I mean, I personally wouldn't have wanted to be in the infantry or in a tank, but there are people who would. So I think it's been a good step forward.
It's great to hear there have been advances. Wonderful to talk to you and to. I've realized that you were there on the front lines, in a sense, right? Kind of using that in a double meaning way. I don't mean to. And as you've worked in this arena for a number of years now, originally helping soldiers to transition to civilian life, yes, that was the role that you had. And then now in this, what I assume is at Veterans Outreach Center, a broader role. What are the challenges? I imagine there are always a set of challenges, regardless of the era, that are specific to veterans. What do you see as the most critical ones, if you can do that, if you can prioritize?
Sure, yeah. Well, I think that, like you said, there are always challenges, and my generation is very fortunate and blessed that we had the Vietnam veterans who came before us who faced unbelievable challenge when they came home from war, and they were not well received. They were blamed for political policies that were put in place, and so they decided that never again would one generation of veterans abandon another, and that was their motto for the national organization, and they have stuck to that, and so they have made service for every person who came after them a much different experience, and I will always be grateful for that. My generation and those who have come after me, I think one of the biggest challenges we've had is that the military has downsized to such an extent that less than 1% of our country serves in uniform. And so what that means for the less than 1% is that there's a heavy burden, and when the after 9/11 happened and the Iraq and Afghanistan dual front wars began, you had people, unfortunately, having to complete multiple very lengthy combat deployments. And it wasn't uncommon, particularly probably in the first maybe 10 or 15 years of the wars, to have one person who had been deployed 3, 4, 5 times for a year or a year and a half each deployment.
Wow.
So, can you imagine spending 5 years in a combat zone?
No.
5 years of hypervigilance, of knowing that at any time, you could be killed, someone that you love or care for could be killed. It's just, for many people, we really can't even fathom what that's like. And the result of that is that when you come home from service, not only then do you have some really great challenges in terms of how do you reset, the internal monologue and the internal, thought processes. How do you reset that? How do you find new purpose and new meaning in a very different life? And who do you turn to understand you in that way? Because, certainly our greatest generation, our World War II heroes, when they came home from war, they had awful things to try to deal with from a psychological perspective. What they did have, however, was each other. And so when they went to work at Kodak or Xerox or wherever they went to work, they were surrounded by others who had also served. Our veterans in this generation, and I'm not saying it's harder because that's not at all the comparison, but it's just the difference in when you have an all-volunteer force and when you've got less than 1% serving in that force, they are not surrounded by people who have shared experiences with them when they come home.
So it's more isolating.
It really is.
It must be more isolating. That coupled with the fact that there aren't, 3 major places as there were here in Rochester to work. The work landscape has changed. There's also much more remote work, of course, especially over the last 2 years, but perhaps permanently so. So there are a lot of different environmental factors that I'm sure are playing into this. So I can't imagine spending 5 years in a state of hypervigilance, worried if I was going to be killed in active duty.
Right.
So I imagine, that this thing we call post-traumatic stress syndrome is, at an all-time high, if that's even the correct term.
Yeah, it is. And, the other thing that I think along the lines of PTSD and just the challenge with readjustment is that I think people sometimes forget, and it's odd because you would think in the days of social media and having 24-hour news stations everywhere that we would all be very deeply in tune with where are our military men and women around the world, what are they dealing with, what types of conflicts are going on, because it's not just Iraq and Afghanistan. It's not just, Vietnam or Korean War or World War II. It is, or Desert Storm. It is so many different things that are happening all the time. And, for example, when I tell people that, I was deployed for Operation Stabilization Force, and again, my deployment was very brief. I was, I really don't feel like I was in harm's way, so I can't compare my service to a lot of others. But when I say that, people think, Operation Stabilization Force, what was that? And so we have to remember that our military men and women are constantly asked to go places and do things that are sacrificing, that are difficult, that are, unlike what people that have not served maybe have experienced. And so when they come home, whether they are considered a, combat veteran or not, whether they were in Iraq or not, we still need to provide that support and that, the care that we promised they would have when they enlisted. And you brought up one other point, too, just in terms of, the PTSD. Women, unfortunately, in the military, even as we have made so many advances, and really I feel like a lot of barriers have been lifted, women have experienced military sexual trauma at a rate that is absolutely unconscionable, where nearly a third of the women who have served in the military have suffered some type of sexual assault.
Wow, that's staggering. Wow,
it
a
is.
third. Wow,
it truly is. And so when women come home from service, not only are many of them also combat veterans, but they are in many cases coping with the after effects of the trauma of some type of military sexual assault. And so they, too, in many cases have PTSD. But where I think people look at, a war hero in exactly that way, as a hero, as they should be, the women who are struggling oftentimes are doing it very silently because their trauma is not heroic, at least, in the eyes of others, I would say. So, we have to really think about how are we caring for the men and women who are defending our nation, upholding our way of life every day, whether you necessarily agree with the politics or not at the time. They're out there on our behalf.
Yeah, I mean, we need to be defended. I think we would all agree we want some level of a defense for the country at any given time, and someone has to play the role of being in the armed forces, and the folks that are doing it are, we owe them everything. You're right, we owe them everything, and we certainly owe them as much care as we can possibly give them after the fact as well, which really segues to you guys, Veterans Outreach Center. Are you a private nonprofit organization with some public funds that come your way? How are you supported?
Yeah, just like you described. So we are a standalone entity. We don't have other locations across the country, and we our revenue generally comes from private donors, special events fundraising, foundation grants, and some government funding as well. So, the Veterans Outreach Center, and I think as we have evolved in our work over the years and our mission, we really have tried to maintain exactly the ideal that our Vietnam veterans created this place with in 1973, which was really to be a safe place, a home, a place where men and women who had served and were maybe feeling as though they didn't fit in anywhere else, they could come, share some camaraderie, get some support, get back into the workforce and find good jobs and that new sense of purpose in life.
So it sounds as though if I'm a veteran from any era, of any gender, whether I've seen conflict or I haven't, active duty or not, if I have any issue, I'd be well advised to pick up the phone and call you. And if you don't have a service that's directly helpful, you probably can refer them to somebody who does. Is that sort of covered? Are you the go-to for all veterans? And for how big a region? Do you serve a particular geography?
Yes. So, yes, I do believe we are an excellent resource for any veteran because of the fact that we don't have stipulations to what we consider a veteran. So, a lot of government-funded grant programs and even, VA healthcare, all of those tend to have rules like, well, you had to serve this long, you had to have been in this conflict, or you had to have this type of discharge. And at Veterans Outreach Center, we are not discriminating against people for those types of issues. So if you wore your nation's uniform, then you're welcome to come to the Veterans Outreach Center. And we will, if we don't have the service available, we'll point you in the right direction. Now, our general region is the Monroe County and the 5 surrounding counties. That's where we, predominantly serve. But we have a thing on our website where basically anybody who gets on the website can fill out a form, ask some questions, look for some help. And in a given year, we probably help maybe 400 people across the country who are out of state, and our staff will work with them to find local resources to support their needs as well.
That's great. It sounds like an invaluable organization, especially because, you don't have all the different rules and exclusions and inclusions that someone needs to worry about. And I think that it's. I've heard you're doing a great job, and I'm firmly convinced you're doing a great job after talking to you, even for a few minutes. And Laura, you actually have a fundraising event coming up, don't you?
We do, and it's called Pound the Ground for Vets. It's a 5K run walk, and it raises money for some of our critical services here at VOC. It's going to be held on Wednesday, August 24th at Mendon Ponds Park at 6:30 in the evening. So it's not the hottest time of the day to try to do a run. And we, I have to say I've been to a lot of 5Ks, but mine, my favorite is always the one we do here at VOC. We make it fun. We've got a lot of different things going on. We've got food, and we even have usually a Navy veteran who warms up any of the runners that are interested, sort of military style, almost like if you were going into boot camp, just for fun. And we've got even what we call the Golden Boot competition, where anybody who has served in a branch of the military is up to, potentially win the Golden Boot for their branch if they're the fastest in our race.
Oh, that's great. What fun.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
And it's a wonderful cause, so we hope people sign up and come out and enjoy themselves. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, how do they do it? Is there a web address we can give them?
Yes, they can get on vocroc.org. So that's like Veterans Outreach Center, Rochester. So vocroc.org. Or they can call us at 546-1081. And we have a very short little menu tree like so many other organizations have these days, but you can very quickly get put with a live person who will get you in the right spot. They can also walk in any day of the week, Monday through Friday, between 8:30 and 5. Our doors are open to walk-ins, and we would be happy to get somebody set up with whatever support they needed.
Fantastic. Laura Stradley, Executive Director, Veterans Outreach Center, thank you so much for being with us here today on Business Voice.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. That just about does it for us here today on Business Voice. I want to thank our guests, Mike Matteo, Village at Unity, JJ Potrikus, Blink Fitness, Laura Stradley, Veterans Outreach Center. I, of course, want to thank our presenting sponsor, Bartolomeo and Perotto Funeral Home. I, as always, am your host, Sarah Lentini. I'm also the president and CEO of the Greece Regional Chamber. I hope you check us out on the web at greecechamber.org. That's greecechamber.org. And until next time, be well.
You've been listening to Business Voice. The Greece Regional Chamber of Commerce serves businesses, nonprofits, and individuals throughout the region, focusing on promoting economic and community development and serving as the voice for business. The Chamber offers networking, education, advocacy, community events, and business services. It serves as an important platform for business leaders and citizens to come together in support of common goals.